Hey GTS, I noticed a shocking absence of 4th gen on this channel, so what I've done is I've given you a little variety. I'm spicing up your lives, and I'm bringing you a 4th gen OU match against a guy named Kaneziken. I think he uploads too, so both of our channels will be down there in the description if you want to poke around those on a rainy day. And let's just dive right in. He's going to lead off with Heatran, and I've got an Aerodactyl. So I know a taunt is going to be safe because lead Heatrans don't typically carry Flash Cannon, and a Fire Blast is not going to KO. So unless he switched, that was going to be a safe move, and after I block his rocks, I'm going to get my own up, as in comes in his Elf. His Elf isn't really the best option to bring into an arrow because most of them typically carry Crunch. Fortunately for him, mine doesn't, and I have to burn my power up Sky Attack because Stone Edge is not going to want it KO. And I think Sky Attack has a chance. This guy is jolly. He's got a little bit of bulk because he, for whatever reason, but he's still got enough speed to outspeed these Elves and other base 115s by 2 because I don't think you can outspeed them by 1 just because of the way the math works. And I just missed out on the KO, which is very unfortunate, but then he kills himself with his own Life Orb. So I guess it all kind of works out in the end. His Elf winds up dead. My arrow, it can't take a hit anymore, but it still did its job. It got rocks up, it blocked rocks, and it killed something, so I'll take that. I'm expecting either Bullet Punch or Fighting to come into play, so I'm going to go to Dusknoir, and he goes for Close Combat. If he was going to go for Fighting, I was expecting Dynamic Punch, because that's what Machamps do. So that tips me off. That's not your typical Confusion Hacking Machamp. Anyway, I'm expecting Heatran to come in against Dusknoir, predicting a Will-O-Wisp, so I could have gone for Earthquake there. Really did not feel like it, though. I felt like a Curse is going to get guaranteed damage on anything. And Ghost Curse Dusknoir is just really, really underrated. It halves your HP, but you can just invest in your defenses, and then you're gonna pain split stuff anyway. So I think it's really good. Anyway, there's nothing I can do about him getting rocks up at this point. I would have had to predict the switch right back to Heatran and gone to Arrow, and Arrow can't really do anything to each Heatran anyway. So I decide just to go for Earthquake. That's my coverage move on this guy. It even kills him through the Shuckaberry thanks to the curse. So I'm really happy with how that worked out. In comes the Sizer, and I'm expecting this thing to be banded with either Pursuit or U-turn on this turn, predicting my switch, but I decided to go for Pain Split because that's what I thought, and he sets up a Swords Dance in my face. That is not cool. I do not have Will-O-Wisp on this guy, but I do have Zapdos. It's not your standard Zapdos in the sense that it doesn't have a Roost. It has Rest instead, and it's a Rest Sleep Talking set, but it can still deal with Sizer. In terms of bullet punches and bug bites anyway. So he went for bullet punch that turn instead of continuing to boost, and bullet punch it did about a quarter, so pay it its dues. Sizer is still doing damage to me, and I'm not really sure what item this thing is. If it was Life Orb, I think he might have been maybe close to 3 at KOing from Zapdos from 75% with bullet punch, but instead he doesn't have Life Orb. He doesn't have Lumberry either because he took that paralysis from Discharge, which I was fortunate to get it, but that's also why I run Discharge over T-Bolt. I like the extra paralysis chance on a set like this. And he's forced to switch that turn. I'm going to go for Rest. Even if he Bullet Punches, I would have lived, barring a crit, of course. And I couldn't switch because the rocks are up, so I felt like my hand was forced. I had to rest. And now I'm going to get a Sleep Talk and fortunately get a Roar. I'm not really sure why he brought Blissey in. I guess it could S-toss me down, but and I'm not really going to do a lot of damage to it, but fortunately I get a Roar. I guess he could have been trying to aromatherapy the paralysis off his Sizer, which kind of makes sense, but whatever. Anyway, I roar him out, and probably the worst thing in the world, his Starmie. It would work out okay if I could Sleep Talk and get a Discharge this turn and wreck it, because this is a fully offensive Starmie based on the amount of damage that did and the fact that he's got Life Orb. Unfortunately, I'm going to Sleep Talk or Rest, which I guess I got one good turn of Sleep Talk the first go-around, so not getting it the second go-around is okay. So I'm expecting him to switch up moves that turn because no matter what he goes for, it's probably going to kill me. So it's a great use of my fodder. He got rocks up on me. I was at less than 25%, so that's all Arrow was good for. Anyway, so I'll take it. It gives me a free switch into my Porygon Z, which is Choice Scarf, and I think that caught him off guard. I think he was expecting to be faster and score the KO, and that's why he left his Starmie in. He was trying to call a bluff, and I wasn't bluffing. I really was faster than him, and I really did one-hit KO him. So there's that. That's why he stayed in. He could have easily gone to Blissey, but he made the risk and it didn't pay off for him. In comes Machamp, which it could go for fighting, which I was expecting, but honestly, I don't really need Dusknoir at this point anymore. I haven't seen all of his guys, but it's kind of done its job. It killed a Heatran, and it kind of blocked this Machamp a little bit. It forced him to go for payback, and I still don't see an item on this thing. I'm not really sure what it could be packing. I'm gonna try and set up a Dragon Dance, even if he wants to go for Ice Punch. This Dragonite has Yache Berry, so I think I would live it. But I'm a little bit doubtful because of how much that payback did to Dusknoir, and in comes a payback against Dragonite, and that confirms kind of to me that this thing is choice banded. Because I know it's banded now, I see a clear path to victory once I let my Dragonite die. I'm just going to roost up once in case maybe he wants to switch, but that's not the case. He doesn't want to do that. He's telling me that he's going to leave this Machamp in until either he gets a crit or I decide to let my Dragonite die. I decide I want to get a hit off first, and I have an Infernape waiting in the wings. An Infernape, even after rocks damage, it's going to be able to take a banded payback because of the resist, and I'm going to get a free Swords Dance. And because of how low this Machamp is, I'm going to be able to KO it with Mach Punch or any move I want, really. Just anything really to get around his priority. I'm going to be able to KO his Blissey, and I'm going to be able to KO almost dead Sizer. So Infernape is just going to wrap this game up with a quick Mach Punch on Sizer, a quick close combat on Blissey, and a quick Mach Punch on Machamp. So very simple, straightforward game. I think the big play was when Porygon Z took out his Starmie. He was I think he thought I'd be Specs or a nasty plot set or something, and he thought he'd be able to one-hit KO me, and it just didn't work for him. So good game, dude. Like I said, both our channels are in the description. I mostly upload 4th gen for the most part. I'm doing a 5th gen series right now, but if you like 4th gen, or if you like 5th gen, or if you like series, or if you like no Pokemon Center Let's Plays, come check out my channel, because I like growth. I'm a grower, not a shower. Anywho, thanks for watching. See you guys next time.